In this video, you will learn about OMG Commerce, which is a marketing agency that helps Amazon sellers to advertise their products on and off Amazon, for example, running ads on Google or YouTube. This video is hosted by LISETT LEES, who works with different Amazon sellers and brands. And as always, enjoy this video, and if you find anything useful, don't forget to click like button below this video, as well as subscribe to our channel for weekly videos.
Hi Brett, I'm happy to have you here again on Orange Klik channel. So for those who don't know you yet, could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Hey, Lisette, thank you for having me on again. Really excited to be here. So my name is Brett Curry. I'm the CEO of OMG Commerce. OMG Commerce is a digital agency. We have two main areas of focus: the Amazon ecosystem, so Amazon ad management and brand management, and then also the Google Ads ecosystem, so Google search and shopping and YouTube and display. And so really we focus on accelerating growth for e-commerce brands. And we're a team of about 50 and growing. And we just are passionate about e-commerce and passionate about marketing. And even though I'm the CEO, I still get involved in some of the details. I'm still working with our client teams and still like to take a pretty hands-on approach. And so we have a lot of fun doing what we do.
So to start off, from your experience, like how have been the past year or a year and a half in the advertising field in terms of like e-commerce sellers and online sellers?
Yeah, the last year and a half have been really crazy, right? And it's been a lot of fun. One of the things we talk about at our agency is we have fun solving problems, right? We have fun facing the challenges that are inherent in the digital marketing community. But in the early stages of the pandemic, first couple of months, first 6 weeks or so, people were really wondering what was going to happen, and everybody realized that e-commerce was going to explode. And so, on the Amazon side, for our Amazon clients, we had to navigate all kinds of crazy things, from Amazon shutting off inventory coming in and all kinds of things like that. So really, it's been a matter of figuring out and making sure we can still hit our clients' objectives, that we can still hit those ACOS goals, those TACOS goals. Also, things have become more competitive, right? It's just become a more competitive space. So that's caused us to look at, okay, how do we do things better, right? Better ads. How do we expand into things like sponsored product or sponsored brand video? How do we look at things like Google to Amazon? How do we go beyond the norm, right? And then on the Google side, so people that are selling off Amazon, really the last year or so, especially the last few months, the story has been privacy. How do we deal with iOS 14 and other privacy concerns and third-party cookies being sunsetted on different platforms? How do we track conversions, and how do we target the right audiences with these privacy changes coming into play? And so for us, it's about how do we properly track, how do we properly target? And it still comes back to the basics of the right message to the right person at the right time, but it's gotten a little more competitive and a little more convoluted, but I still think it's a fun space to play in.
Okay, cool. So before I let you to go more into the depth of what you do and what kind of services you offer for companies, I wanted to ask, can you give us a brief overview of the main ad platforms and their differences? So to just better understand, for example, for beginner Amazon sellers, to know what are the main difference between advertising on Amazon and, for example, on Google.
Absolutely. So on Amazon, we look at the core ad platforms or core ad types: sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored brand video. That's kind of the trifecta of what you really need to get going and growing on Amazon. We would then follow that up with either sponsored display for remarketing, or preferably Amazon DSP. Now, we like Amazon DSP a lot. We've got a free guide that kind of walks through our approach to Amazon DSP that you can copy and use for yourself. But Amazon DSP is a way to run targeted display ads. And we start with remarketing. So if someone visits your ASIN, they don't buy, then Amazon DSP will come in and hopefully bring them back to close the sale. So that's the foundational part, right? That, and in addition, looking at Amazon posts and the plus content and really maximizing your listing. And then once we get that going, now we're going to look at other platforms, right? So then we're going to look at Google search. So people that search on Google looking for products, we can target them and either send them to Amazon or send them to our Shopify store. Then there's Google Shopping. That's the product listing ads, or when you're searching for a product on Amazon or on Google rather, and you see the product image and title and price, that's Google Shopping or shopping ads. Those you can't run to your Amazon listing. You can only run those to Shopify. Only Amazon themselves can actually run shopping ads back to Amazon. But that's a great ad type. That Google Shopping is very comparable to sponsored product ads on Amazon. And then we have something like YouTube. And YouTube is actually a passion of mine. I spend a lot of time on the YouTube production side of things and campaign build outs. YouTube has almost unlimited reach, right? It is one of the most popular social platforms. We're doing a lot of top of funnel YouTube. So YouTube to brand new audiences, to cold audiences, driving them to a brand, either to an Amazon page or to a Google or off Amazon page, Shopify store, that type of thing. So, but I would kind of look at it, especially for an Amazon seller, I would look at things kind of in the order I just presented it, right? So start with the Amazon basics, then branch into Google and maybe YouTube later, but definitely the Amazon basics.
Okay, very nice. So how would you like to give an overview of how you usually help Amazon sellers and to explain a little bit more what you do in your daily work?
Sure. You want me to go ahead and share the presentation and kind of walk through it that way? Basically, we're looking at trying to understand, it all starts with understanding our clients' goals, right? What are your goals within your Amazon business? Is it more about overall growth, and profitability is not really the issue right now? We're pushing for ranking, we're pushing for overall growth because we're trying to hit critical mass, and then eventually we'll look at profitability, and then because we want to sell the business. So we really want to understand your objectives as a client. And then we already know the ad ecosystems really well, but then we'll dig in and understand the competitive landscape and then map out a strategy from there. So kind of walking through the agency introduction, we're all about accelerating growth. So we want to take great products, good brands, and help them accelerate and really grow more rapidly. We're a team of 50 plus, kind of talked about that. And so we really view our client relationships not as transactional, but as partnerships. And we believe that better strategy, better data, a better approach leads to better results. And so we actually kind of coined a term here and an approach that we use called AMP. And AMP is an acronym. It stands for Accelerated Marketing Portfolios. And this is important because we don't want to ever look at ad campaigns as silos. Ad campaigns don't work in a vacuum, right? It's pretty rare for someone to click on just one ad and then make a purchase, right? That's not the typical shopping journey. People will click on an ad and then click on some organic listings, and then maybe click on an organic, and then maybe click on a remarketing ad, and then maybe they'll go research on YouTube, and then they'll come back and purchase, right? So how do we influence that? And how do we look at all of our ad campaigns working together to really create that accelerated growth? And so our approach is called AMP. We say you don't just need better ads, you need to get amped. And that's how we like to look at it. So our expertise on the Amazon side, it's really all the Amazon ad types, plus helping with organic optimization. And on the Google side, search, shopping, YouTube, we're actually, for agencies our size, we're one of the top spenders. We're in the top few percent of spenders on YouTube ads. There's not a lot of agencies that focus on YouTube ads. We have deep expertise when it comes to YouTube. And so then as we look at full brand management on Amazon, really it's all these things together, right? We're looking at product launches and listing optimization, A+ content, posts, and then using ads to fuel all of that growth. But it's all about a holistic approach, right? It's about looking at how all this fits together so that our ads, our organic rankings are showing up to the right people at the right time, and then that the page has the right content to close the sale. So that's what we do on Amazon. We all know the ad types on Amazon, but looking at, sponsored products as a foundation, sponsored brands, sponsored display can be effective. We want to really maximize the storefront so we can help build out and kind of refresh that storefront so that it looks the way that it should look, so that it's shoppable, so that it sells people on your features and benefits and increases your sales. A+ content, also super important. And then I talked about better data. So obviously there are reports you can get on Amazon, but different reports are in different places and it's kind of hard to pull it all together. So we build custom dashboards for our clients based on the Amazon API, then based on also some reports we manually pull. We pull that together into a custom dashboard that really shows you what's going on here. Like what's happening with our organic listings, what's happening with our ads, and how is that leading to more overall sales. Now, I get pretty excited when we talk about video. I've always loved video ads. Even as I was a kid, I loved TV commercials and stuff. And so on the sponsor brand video side of things, we do full scale production. So a couple of quick tips, you want to build for mobile first. That's where people see most of the sponsored brand videos. So we like to look at, tight framing, again, thinking about that mobile experience. They do have to be short, 45 seconds or less. You're really going to demonstrate the product, right? This is shopping. This is not some big brand production. This is, hey, I'm trying to make a decision on the dog leash that I want. I'm trying to make a decision on the projector that I'm looking to buy or the welding supplies that I'm looking to buy. So show me why I should choose your product. And then you can include music and sound effects and stuff in a voiceover. It's a good idea too, but these ads do play on silent first, so they're not as critical. Here's some of the ads, and these are full scale productions we did where these clients had nothing in terms of video. So we scouted locations, we brought in actors, we did full scale production on this. So this was for a bedding brand, VHC. Found a good country style home that we could shoot in, and then we filmed their various products. And so we created videos for hundreds and hundreds of their products to sell. And so the nice thing about sponsored brand videos, it does really increase your sales, and often these are the best performing ads that we see. So for a pet brand, Small Pet Select, they sell Timothy hay. And so we did this shoot on location, again, to kind of show what the product is like. And we did some photography with animals to really pull this all together. And again, this was a very successful campaign. This was one of our brands that we absolutely love. This was more of an editing project, so they had some of this footage already, but we pulled it together into a proper sponsor brand video ad so that it had fast cuts and big superimposed text and really led someone through, hey, if I'm shopping for meat rubs, this one is going to catch my eye when I see this ad in the search results. So sponsor brand video, very passionate about that. Now, we also do YouTube. So this may be something that you don't consider until later, but maybe something to have on the radar. We do full scale production here as well. So this was a commercial we mapped out. This is for a microderma roller, skincare product to increase your youthful appearance and natural healthy glow, that type of thing. And so this is an ad that we did full scale production on. This is an ad that we really just helped with the edit. So this was a TV commercial, another agency produced it, but we helped with the edits to get it ready for YouTube. And so every ad platform has different characteristics of what makes them work and what makes them not work. And so we know what makes YouTube work. We know what makes sponsor brand video work. And so we can help with the YouTube side of things as well. Now, a couple of just quick examples. This is on the Google side. So Live Bearded, client of ours, we combined YouTube search and shopping to create overall 53% revenue growth. 78% revenue growth while just increasing their ad spend by 56%. So really outpaced that spend growth with the revenue growth. Boom by Cindy Joseph, longtime client of ours. We do all their Google and YouTube and Amazon advertising, but this is an established brand. We helped create about a 30% overall lift once we started launching top of funnel YouTube and including that with all of our other ad approaches. And then this is one of our great Amazon clients. Took them from about $1,000 in monthly Amazon ad spend to $13,000 in monthly ad spend right within their ACoS goals. And that was in about a 3-month time period. And they've since grown tremendously beyond this as well. And then finally, what I'll kind of mention is, hey, we'd love to just help you learn and grow. And so we've provided free guides and free resources. So at omgcommerce.com, if you go to resources and then guides, we've got our DSP roadmap, got a Google shopping guide, got a guide to top YouTube ads if you want to explore that a little bit. All those are free. And then, of course, we have the podcast. So E-commerce Evolution, that's the podcast that I host. I'd love to interview good Amazon sellers if you want that exposure, if you've got a story to tell. But also we interview some top sellers like Jason Boyce. He was a former top 200 seller on Amazon. And we talk through what it takes to succeed on Amazon. We talk about video ads and all kinds of other really helpful, practical tips. So check out ecommerceevolution.com and would love to connect with you. So let us know how we can help. Visit us at omgcommerce.com. And yeah, that's kind of the scoop.
Okay, thank you so much. So my first question is, what is the most exciting part about working with Amazon sellers and helping them to grow their businesses?
Yeah, for me, it's always understanding the story and the goals that the seller has, and then finding creative ways to really make those goals come to life. So when we're talking about some of the basics like sponsored product ads, sponsored brand, listing optimization, usually looking for little tweaks, right? Little tweaks, little adjustments, better data that we're feeding in and making adjustments on. So that's cool. But then we're also looking for what's missing. Sponsored brand video, is it missing, or are we doing a bad job of sponsored brand video? So uncovering what are the missed opportunities, then let's go full force on those missed opportunities. And then ultimately, the most fun is seeing the results, seeing that growth. We still get super excited when a client has a record month. And most Amazon sellers are growing anyway, but how do we really accelerate that growth to where we're getting that positive feedback from the client and they're hitting their tacos goals and their sales goals? It's just fun to see the results.
Okay, very good. So based on your experience, would you say that the creative part has become more important during the last years, especially as we see more ad types that actually include either like a visual or a video or something similar?
100%. So I think if we look at the early days of Amazon, just being there was enough, right? Just having your product listed was enough. Or in the early days of sponsor brand video, just having a video was enough, right? Just something to create movement that's made your ads stand out from the normal static sponsored product ads. But now this stuff is commonplace, right? Now your brand matters, the pictures matter, the presentation matters. And so this is really a tip for Amazon in general. The companies that will succeed on Amazon are those that build a brand on Amazon, not just someone who's trying to hack and get a little better ranking for today and then gone tomorrow, but are you building a good brand? And so that comes down to great photos, solid videos that tell a story and also position you differently. And so yes, 100%, good creatives, good brand building and brand management are more important now than ever before on Amazon.
Okay, very good. So with what type of Amazon sellers you usually work with? Are they rather like larger sellers, or do you also work with beginner sellers who want to have that perfect listing to launch their first product?
Yeah, so we're more adapt and kind of built to help brands that already have traction, brands that already have sales on Amazon. So usually someone that's spending 5 or 10,000 a month on ads already, so they've got some traction, and they're just looking to take it to the next level. They're looking to really press the gas and grow more efficiently or grow more rapidly. That's who we help the best. For brand new sellers, we'd still love to connect. We've got the free resources, we got the podcast. We'd love to help you as well. But based on the way our team is structured and kind of our approach, it's clients that already have traction on Amazon, but they're looking to go to the next level.
Okay, very good information. So to sum it up, do you have to share information about like current trends or trends we will see later this year that would be important for Amazon sellers to know as well?
Yeah, so I think that the biggest overarching trend is brand building and the importance of, I think more and more shoppers have had an experience with some random kind of no-name brand on Amazon, and then the product ended up not being great. And now shoppers are more picky. Shoppers know how to look at reviews, and shoppers are looking for a brand that feels trustworthy. So brand building, that's an overarching trend. That's just going to continue for years to come. I really see privacy as like one of the largest trends and biggest factors in digital advertising today. The good news for Amazon sellers is that because Amazon and Amazon advertising is mainly built on first-party data, meaning data that Amazon owns, Amazon advertising isn't going to be impacted as much, right? If anybody watching this is investing in Facebook advertising or YouTube advertising, sending customers to a Shopify store or another store off Amazon, the tracking is becoming difficult. There's certainly ways to make it happen, but it's becoming more difficult. And so I do think we'll continue to see Amazon as an ad platform continue to accelerate. So it's already the number 3 ad platform, right? Google's number 1, Facebook number 2, Amazon number 3. Amazon is going to continue to grow. And I think the rate of growth, the percentage of growth is going to continue to eclipse that of Facebook and Google. Facebook and Google are going to be bigger than Amazon advertising for quite some time, but Amazon's coming and Amazon's growing. And so I think we're going to continue to see a lot of Amazon ad growth in the coming years as well.
Okay, very good. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. So if anybody wants to reach out to you and learn more about the services you offer, then what's the best way to reach out to you? And could you once more explain what you do to help Amazon sellers?
Absolutely. And thanks for that, Lisette. So omgcommerce.com, best way to learn about us. We do have our services mapped out there, but basically we create comprehensive growth for Amazon sellers. So all the Amazon ad options, plus listing optimization, brand management, A+ content, posts, things like that. So the best way to get started is to request a strategy session. And basically that's an opportunity for us to dig into what you're doing now, create some feedback, map out opportunities, show you kind of what we would do, how we would do it if we worked with you. And so, yeah, the best way to do that is to look at our website, omgcommerce.com. You can also explore some YouTube ad resources and Google ad resources and some of those things if you're interested. And you can also check out the podcast as well and listen to me drone on and on. But I also interview very interesting guests. So.
Okay, awesome. So thank you so much and hope to see you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Lisette.
If you want to learn more about OMG Commerce, find the link to their website below in the video description. And now I recommend you to watch another interview with Brett, where he explains how to use Google Ads to drive external traffic to your Amazon listing.